Hey, hope you're doing well. So today I'm checking out the Marshall Guv'nor. This is, of course, one of the brand new reissue pedals. Now, I got this one because I've used the soft tube plug-in version of this on a few of my songs, which you can check out down the bottom. And I wanted to round it out and get one of the real things. So the original came out in 1988, and this reissue faithfully recreates the sound of that classic Guv'nor. Even the housing has been made to look exactly the same. So you've got the 5 knobs, you've got gain, bass, middle, treble, and the level on the end. This, of course, turns it on and off. It also has a loop or send and return on the back of the pedal there, which you need a Y insert cable for. I do not have one, so unfortunately I cannot demo that feature. It does say, however, that it is post EQ, and I can only assume that it acts like a normal send and return on an amp. Speaking of, how about this branding, Marshall? Wink, wink. So from my understanding, it is more or less supposed to be a JCM 800 in a box. And obviously it sounds very Marshall-like. It's a Marshall thing, sounds like Marshall. Now, I didn't think it'd be fair if I plugged into an actual Marshall and then demoed the pedal, because obviously it's gonna sound good going into one of those. So, I've got this going into a Fender style amp in my Axe effects. Bass, middle, and treble on the amp are at 5, gains at 3. So that's the sound that we got before the pedal comes in. Turn it on, this is what we get. Sounds pretty good, right? Let's crank that gain. 100% gain now. Gets a little bit hairy with that gain cranked all the way up, but that's kind of how a real amp would respond anyway. I kind of like it. Let's boost. So put the gain back to 5, the level to 100%. Gain up as well. So that's what it sounds like going into a Fender style amp. Now, like I said, this is supposed to be, as far as I'm aware, a JCM 800 in a box. So I'm going to change now to a JCM 800 in the Axe effects. And this is what this sounds like. Now, I know I'm going into a Fender, but... Look, it sounds heaps like a Marshall JCM 800. That in itself, I think, is pretty cool. And like I said, this is going into a Fender style amp, so it's still obviously going to have that Fenderish character on the amp, but you can get this Marshall style tone from this pedal, which is amazing. So I'm going to boost the front of this now with a super overdrive. Again, in the Axe effects, this is with it off. responds to other overdrives really well. It works great with them, and you can get some really cool lead tones with that. Let's give it a bit of delay. Sounds awesome. Just quickly, I'm going to put the gain back and the level back to like 12 o'clock. I'm going to just play with the knobs so you can hear what they do. Bass first. Where have I settled there? Just past 5 on the bass, almost 6 on the middle, and treble's about 7. I found the bass had quite a big sweep on that. You lose it all on the bottom and you gain a lot at the top. Whereas the middle, you can cut it all, but then it gets to about halfway and then it doesn't, I couldn't really hear a lot more mids going on. And then the treble doesn't have a massive sweep on it. It's quite bright all the time, I think. So the treble doesn't really do a whole lot. How much gain is at the bottom? So it's nearly nothing at the bottom there. So you can get like some good basic AC/DC style stuff here. Nice. So there we go. That is the Marshall Guv'nor. Essentially a JCM 800 in a box. Doesn't quite replace one of these bad boys, but if you're looking for that Marshall style sound in your rig, look no further than this, because that is fantastic. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. See you next time.
I think I know what